we go. Guys, we're trying to get the roughs in. That's the name of the game. Get these roughs in, because you know, I kind of set my draws up based on me getting my roughs in and getting I typically want to get the framing inspection, which you have to wait till you get all your roughs in, which means you got to get your mechanical rough, your HVAC rough. I'm sorry, that is mechanical, but your plumbing rough. And then you have to get your electrical rough in before you can call in for your framing rough, because a lot of these guys are gonna come in and they're gonna kind of cut through a lot of your lumber and stuff like that. So we have to actually go back and correct these items when they cut through my lumber. See, like this right here, I gotta fur this right here down, only because it'd be better if they went on the inside of the joist. But I have to drywall all this right here. I gotta put 5/8 sheetrock up here. And the reason I have to do that is because I need to fire rate this right here garage. So up above, we gotta have 5/8 sheetrock up. In this case right here, I may just bring in, I really just may bring in the sprinkler system. Just depends on, what else I have left. But typically, guys, you want your plumbers to come in first, okay? Get your plumbers to come in first. And what the plumbers are gonna do is they're gonna put their vent stacks. If you guys not familiar with vent stacks, they're gonna put vent stacks. Typically, I usually like my guys to put them in the back of the house because I don't like pipes or anything to be sticking out the front of the house on the roof. Now, on the side of the house, maybe, but I like all my vent stacks, any pipes are sticking out the roof, it needs to be on the back side of the house, okay? So the plumbers usually run their PVC pipe out the back side of the house, and then my roofers are gonna take the boots and they're gonna seal that. And so I usually like my plumbers to come in first because his stuff can get wet. All his items can get wet. And while my plumbers here, this is my plumbers right here, guys. So while my plumbers are getting their stuff done, I have my roofers to come on in and do their thing and seal this house up to where no more water can get in. Then once the roofers get all their stuff up, I have my HVAC contractor go ahead and start setting his mechanical. So that's the, set his mechanical, his units and things like that. So I have that done. And that way his stuff, because you don't really want his stuff to get wet, okay? You don't want the mechanical unit, usually when they set them in the attic, you don't want that stuff to get wet on you. And so, but if the roof is on, that's keeping it from getting wet, okay? So that's what I do, guys. And then I let my electrician come in kind of sort of when the mechanical guy is finishing up. That's the reason for that too, guys, because the mechanical guy is gonna set his units the electrician needs to run his wires up to those units to get those units running. Also the plumber. Now, in my case, guys, my plumber and my mechanical contractor is the same guy. So they can orchestrate when they need to do certain things. All right, so this is what we got here. We got to fix this little part right over here, guys. So we're starting to put this roof up. All right, these guys right here, they get it done. And guys, I had a problem trying to find this shingle. Man, this shingle's hard. That shingle's black walnut. So we actually had a couple pallets. We're able to get it in, so that worked out well. Now, let me see. I don't see anything else, man. I was trying to figure out why we got this right here. You typically only use this right here when you have the slope less than 212, a 212 pit. But I don't see that here. You see that stack right there, guys? You see that pipe? See, this is almost perfect timing, because what's gonna happen is this guy right here is gonna take the boot. We got a boot. The plumber left the boot. See, the plumbers can no longer climb on the roof, guys, to set boots. Their insurance won't pay for it. And so, but your roofer can. So you wanna have your roofer, you wanna have those pipes sticking out so your roofer can do it. That makes sense. Well, it should. So we got a chimney up there. This right here is gonna work out pretty nice, guys. So we got that. So We got our rust going here. You know, I got my dumpster outside too, so that worked out pretty good. When you got your dumpster out there, they can go ahead and take this stuff and throw it in the dumpster. Now my son should have came out here and cleaned this place up a little bit. Look like he kind of throw the minimum amount of effort in things sometimes. We got to work on him on that. That's Generation Z. I want to say these guys don't. Some of these guys out here are just drifting. So I also put right here. That's hose bib. So I also went over. Me and the homeowner walked through this right here house, and we figured out where they're gonna place the hose bibs, or what works for them. I give them 3. They want anything more than 3, it'd be extra. But we go through and I mark these things with red paint. Everything good? All right, so let's just kind of look up here, guys. This right here, I had to fur down on this right here stuff. So if I go up here, guys, I have to watch for snakes, man. God, dog. I just don't make sure I don't run up on those snakes, because if I do, I might have a heart attack. All right, these are little things that we had to do up here, guys. So, like here, we couldn't get these joists to lay out just right. I had to actually have my guys to build another wall right here. Because this original wall sits right on top of a girder. You really don't want to cut through those girders. So I had to build another wall out here. And these are some of the things, and this is why you have your framing inspection last. You want to get all your roughs in, you have your framing inspection. So we got all that going on up there. So we're going through here. I'm making sure all the roughs, everything's plumbers in. I'll tell you another thing you want to make sure you do too. Go ahead and have your tile guy. Cause see, go ahead and have your tile guy to come on and put a thin set here. This is a thin set, but you need to float this right here. And what's happened is he floated this right here, this floor, so that the water would drain toward this right here. It's already floated. So now your plumbers can come in and put their pan in. Does that make sense? So they come in, they put their pan in for plumbing. This is gonna seal it. And then also, my tile guy gonna come back over and put a thin set on top of the plumber's pan that they put in, so that the water really drain toward it'll drain toward this right here drain. All right, and that's what you want, guys. And that's a code. That's a code item there. But you want to go ahead and have your plumber to come, not your plumber, but your tile guy to come in here and set this in here, so that you want your plumbers to come in and get out, and you don't want to be the hold up for the plumbers. Okay, so they can come in and they can do their thing, and you're not in the, they can leave and make money. Guys, I had a plumber to actually fire me. Ain't that something? My plumber fired me. And the reason he fired me is because I didn't have these things set up for him in advance. We was kind of jumping around. They had to come back. They had to leave. They had to come back. They had to leave. And that guy was like, man, I don't want to do anything else for you. I get it, guys. Because his job is to get in here and make as much money as possible. And the way you make money is to get in and get out real quick. Because your time is money. And so I didn't have my stuff together. Now, I was also working off a set of plans that were very challenging. The set of plans, they weren't as detailed in where everything needs to go. So I was trying to figure things out as I went, as we frame, because there's a real world item and there's a set of plans item. You want to try to stick to the plans as much as possible, but the real world stuff may dictate and may make you change things. Now, that's interesting right here. This right here can't, oh, that's a big spider there. He's got to die. Look at him. This right here came loose. I guess we got to pop that back in there. See, guys, you be seeing all kind of little stuff like this, right? You got your island right there. We got to put some sheathing right out there. I'm taking mental notes. And I also have a program, guys, that I take pictures of things that needs to be done. And that way I can make sure I send it to my guys and they can take care of it. Like there was one thing that was missing here. These guys didn't have that little wall. It was a little wall. So we had to come in and build this right here. So we had to build that wall there. I think we had to build another wall too for those tubs. Those tubs are 5 feet. So you got to build those walls to be exactly 5 feet so that the sheetrock in the tub and everything will line up just right. So here's another float that we had going on here. Had to build this wall for the plumber. So this right here worked out right. Another thing, guys, that you got to keep in mind is every area of this attic needs to be accessed. You have to access. That's why we got access doors. So this right here is a corner over here. You got to be able to access all the areas of the attic. It's another code item. See, we got a fire blocking right there. We have it right there. You guys see the wood here, and then we also have it right here at the next level. So, well, that pipe got to go all the way out the top. Okay, so we got to get a pan to go up there. I think the guys, they stopped because they didn't want to cut that hole up there. They didn't want to cut that hole up there. Really, the framers probably should have just left that OSB off. I had to go up and check my brace. I got a couple items up here on this bracing that the frames got to come back and take care of, but I'm gonna let my other guys get their things done before I start messing with my framers again. So like right here, I'm probably gonna add some studs right here to carry that load coming down. That brace that's coming down, I'm gonna add another stud to kind of carry that load all the way down to the ground. All right, guys, I think that's about it. That's another thing we added right there. We added those arches right here above these doorways. And guys, typically what I like to do is I usually have case openings. I don't like sheetrock return openings. It's not that they're, they actually look a little cheaper, but people bump up against them, and that's just something else somebody can complain about. That's a problem. So case opening is probably the way to go. I don't see anything else, guys. I think everything else looks okay. All right, guys, until next time, you guys have a good one.